Right now at 10, the human remains at the center of a homicide investigation in Jackson County are identified. The sheriff says the investigation continues, and
we will remain loud about this.
The family of a missing Winona woman asks for the community's help finding her as police release more details that may help the search. Plus, some of the highest voter turnout in 20 years. Experts say abortion was a big reason voters turned out for yesterday's spring election.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Jackson County Sheriff says human remains found at a house last month have been identified. It's 51-year-old Richard Lee Bork. His wife, Star Bork, is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in connection to his death. Last month, Star reported Richard missing, but the sheriff says details gathered in the investigation show Richard was allegedly killed by Star. 6 people have been arrested and charged in connection to the investigation. More details have been released regarding the disappearance of a missing Winona woman. Madeline Kingsbury, a 26-year-old mom, has been missing since March 31st. Her family is now offering a $50,000 reward to anyone with information to bring her home. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen has more.
Police say a car similar to Kingsbury's was seen traveling on 43 from Winona to eastern Fillmore County on March 31st. Police say Kingsbury and her children's father dropped the kids off at daycare at 8 that morning. She returned home at 8:15. The father of Kingsbury's children says he left the house around 10 that morning. When he returned later that day with her car, she was gone. Investigators found her phone, wallet, ID, and the jacket she was wearing that morning in her home. Kingsbury's sister Megan spoke out at the press conference this morning.
Please help us find Madeline. The children need their mother. We need our daughter, our sister, our aunt, and our best friend back.
Police say her children are safe. Police also believe Kingsbury's disappearance is suspicious and involuntary. They did not single out a specific suspect or a person of interest. Winona police have posted areas for search parties to concentrate on their Facebook page. We will share that information for you on our website. Along Highway 43, this is Emily Haugen for News 8 Now. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Emily. Winona police are also asking anyone with video footage along Highway 43 leading into eastern Fillmore County from March 31st and April 1st to send it over. You can send tips and footage to Winona Police or Winona Crime Stoppers.
Well, as advertised, it was a hang on to your hat and everything else sort of day across the region. Now you can tell with the highs today, which by the way were set this morning, how far north that warm front lifted. Just south of Interstate 90 saw highs in the 50s to around 60 degrees. Right around 50 in the La Crosse and Sparta area, and then only 30s for highs to the north. So that warm front just made it to just south of the I-90 corridor. Tonight we're looking at a mainly cloudy sky, or at least mostly cloudy, even a few flurries up towards the Twin Cities, but these clouds will gradually decrease as last night's storm system continues to slowly pull away from the region. Current temperatures 28 in Eau Claire, the rest of us in the lower to middle 30s, but boy, those winds continue to howl from the west at 20 to 30, even 40 miles per hour, and that's making it feel even colder. So gradually decreasing clouds, windy overnight, lows around 27 degrees, but wind chills in the teens. A lot of bright moonlight as that moon will be full once these clouds kind of break apart. Schoolcast for tomorrow, lots of sunshine, but a breezy day and a cool day with highs only in the 40s. But don't worry, I've got some warmer temperatures in the 8-day forecast. I'll share it coming up.
That sounds more like it. Thanks, Bill. Back on the news side of things tonight, a former Cashton teacher and coach is on trial for sexually assaulting a student and enticing a child. News 8 Now's Dua Israr was at the courthouse where the victim took the stand and said there were several instances where she felt uncomfortable.
He was like a dad to me.
52-year-old Jeremy Mosley appeared in court for day 2 of his trial. The Cashton track and cross-country coach is charged with 2 separate felonies, including sexual assault of a student by school staff and child enticement. In court, the victim said she interacted with Mosley between May and August of 2021 because of track and field. During those 3 months, the victim listed various times Mosley made comments about her appearance and undergarments. In late July, the victim says Mosley offered to conduct a medical examination.
He walked to the door, shut the door, and as he was shutting the door, he just said, I don't want anyone to see what's going on and, wonder what's going on.
Investigators say the assault took place when Mosley was quote-unquote checking the hips of the student. Afterwards, Mosley walked with the student to the parking lot.
When we got out there, he basically said, so I didn't find anything, and that was pretty much it.
The victim says she told her friend in August of that year.
I did not want to tell anyone because I cared about him and his family, and I didn't want to overreact.
The friend's mom is a mandatory reporter and informed Human Services. Reporting in Monroe County, Dua Esrar, News 8 Now.
Thanks, Dua. Another former student testified about a separate incident with Mosley. This student said Mosley offered to and applied athletic tape on her hamstring. She says she avoided Mosley when she could after that. The trial is expected to wrap up tomorrow. Meantime, there's a dramatic increase in kids being found with THC or vaping devices in Monroe County. That's according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The sheriff is speaking out about a recent spike in children, some as young as 8, being found with drugs. In particular, the sheriff brought up community backlash against a recent arrest of an 18-year-old who was found with 45 pounds of marijuana, who authorities say intended on selling to kids. The county's chief deputy says they understand that marijuana is legal in other states and says they practice discretion when dealing with the drug, but this case had a community impact.
When a case like this comes about, that there's community implications dealing with children, like you mentioned, down to 8 years old, using these substances, we felt it was important to conduct that investigation and subsequently make that arrest.
The department got a lot of response on social media, with people asking why they're not focusing on investigations involving more dangerous drugs like methamphetamine and opioids. Deputy Weaver says those investigations are constant, but they don't publicize the cases. Wisconsin is getting nearly $139 million in federal funding for clean drinking water infrastructure upgrades. Senator Tammy Baldwin released information about the EPA investment today. The funds are part of the bipartisan infrastructure law supported by Baldwin. According to the senator, the bill includes a Buy America provision written by Baldwin that ensures American iron and steel are used for those infrastructure upgrades. Wisconsin saw unprecedented turnout for an April general election yesterday. The AP reports statewide turnout was nearly 40%, the highest spring turnout in 20 years. La Crosse County has an unofficial report of 52% voter turnout. The $42 million race driving that, the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which Janet Protasewicz won by 11 points to flip the court for the first time since 2008. UWL political science professor Anthony Chergosky says Protasewicz's campaign centering on abortion rights likely motivated voters more than Dan Kelly's above politics approach.
She made it very clear that she is pro-choice, and that was a huge test of how a judicial candidate could campaign for office. So Protasewicz winning indicates that the approach of talking very bluntly about abortion was quite effective.
Kelly, in his final campaign speech Tuesday, called Protasewicz a serial liar and not a worthy opponent. Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu said today Kelly, quote, maybe wasn't the best candidate. Wisconsin Republicans did get a win in the 8th Senate District. Republican Dan Knodel beat Democrat Jody Habush-Sinekin by less than a percentage point in a district dominated by Milwaukee suburbs. Knodel's win gives Senate Republicans a 2/3 supermajority, meaning they have enough votes to convict in an impeachment trial. The state constitution says state officials can be impeached for corrupt conduct in office or for crimes and misdemeanors. Knodel said during the campaign that he would be open to impeaching Janet Protasewicz and other criminal justice officials, quote, who have failed at their jobs. Senate Majority Leader LeMahieu today swiftly downplaying that likelihood.
If there's some serious crimes involved, which is what sort of the crimes or misdemeanors, which is sort of the standard, which, I mean, we're not going to use impeachment to overturn elections or anything like that.
Republicans still cannot override a governor's veto. They are 2 seats short in the assembly to have that override power. Knodel has been a state assemblyman for the last 14 years, so a special election will be held for that now open seat. After the break, developments on another criminal case involving Donald Trump. His former vice president poised to testify on Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Countdown to Ashley's one-day spring sale starts now. This Saturday, April 8th, in-store only. Get unbeatable doorbuster prices all day. Plus, the first 75 people will receive a scratch-off coupon, and one lucky guest will win $2,500 off their purchase at Ashley.
There are too many options.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not, I got you. Who are you? I'm your fairy hotel mother.
What is happening?
Let me help you pick a hotel you feel good about. Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos. Ooh, spacious. Or a Cambria Hotel downtown for just the two of you. Hold my wand. Don't wave it at anything. Get the best price by booking direct at choicehotels.com.
Yeah!
What did I say?
One of the most frustrating things I see is married folks letting money fights ruin their relationship. The reason this happens is because they're simply not on the same page. They're not on the same team. Money management is a team sport. If you want to learn more about money management, come see me, both of you. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the referee and get you on track.
At Ashley, spring into slumber with a variety of comfort choices from top mattress brands like Ashley Sleep and Sealy. Or get 0% interest for 60 months on select mattresses. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com for better sleep and savings today.
A day after former President Trump was arrested and charged, there's news about another criminal case against him. Former Vice President Mike Pence said he will not appeal a judge's order to testify about Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Skylar Henry has the details.
An advisor to former Vice President Mike Pence says he could testify before a federal grand jury within weeks. His testimony could offer investigators a first-hand account of how Donald Trump pressured Pence to overturn the 2020 election and what Trump was doing on January 6th. Pence has said Trump endangered his family and everyone else at the Capitol that day.
When the mobs were attacking the Capitol, trying to stop the election, what did the president tell Vice President Pence, if anything, before, during, after? What about the various schemes that were used to try and keep Mr. Trump in office?
Last night, Trump railed against this and 3 other criminal investigations he faces.
The criminal is the district attorney.
The comments came just hours after he pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. The New York judge warned Trump to refrain from social media posts that cause civil unrest. Later, at his club in South Florida, in front of his supporters, Trump blasted the judge.
I have a Trump-hating judge with a Trump-hating wife and family.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre would not comment specifically on Trump's remarks, but said generally,
we condemn any type of attacks on any judge.
Despite his solemn demeanor, Trump called Tuesday the best day in history, claiming he raised $10 million. His campaign will use that money for his 2024 campaign and his legal defense. Trump's lawyers say they will mount an aggressive effort to have the charges dismissed. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Trump's next court appearance is set for December 4th. Next week, he will speak at the National Rifle Association convention in Indianapolis. Still ahead, Johnson & Johnson settles for billions over problems with a formerly iconic product. Plus, a lesson in labels. NPR slamming Twitter for the social media companies likening them to propaganda.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Still rather breezy and chilly tonight and tomorrow. But boy, do I have a warm-up in store in my 8-day forecast. I'll share it coming up after the break.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 15th and 16th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Protect your vehicle's outdoor equipment and more with ShelterLogic storage products. Both our garages and sheds can be assembled quickly to block harmful UV rays while protecting your investments. And you'll be sure to enjoy your backyard get-togethers, rain or shine, with a ShelterLogic canopy. Large or small, we carry a storage solution to meet your needs. Right now, a 6-leg gazebo canopy is just $99.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. It's Harley's 120th anniversary, and we are celebrating all year long. Our new 2023s are on the floor with new models, new colors, but that classic Harley ride. Plus, we have awesome anniversary apparel, including custom helmets, limited edition clothes, riding gear, and more. Stop by and see us anytime at Great River Harley-Davidson.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $11.99 at papamurphys.com.
Without the right start to your day, your morning could hit a wall.
Is he okay?
I got it. Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with slow-release carbs and provide steady morning energy to help you rise and thrive.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Yep, it's that time of year. But whether it's this or this, you can trust the First Warn Weather Team to help you plan your day right. First Warn Weather. When you expect more, turn to News 8.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 15th and 16th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
Visit the Early Bird Home Show, going on now at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Lowest prices of the year on your 2023 project. Windows, bathrooms, and more.
Volkswagen is recalling 143,000 Atlas SUVs because of an airbag issue. This recall includes all model Atlases from 2018 through 2021 and 2020 Atlas Cross Sport SUVs. Some cars have a faulty sensor on the front passenger side, causing the airbag to deactivate. As of now, VW doesn't know what's causing the problem and doesn't have a fix. No injuries are reported, but VW is telling drivers not to let anyone ride in the front passenger seat until that issue is fixed. Johnson & Johnson is offering to pay nearly $9 billion to settle tens of thousands of cases that claim its talc powder causes cancer. The payout would happen over 25 years. The company says this would efficiently resolve all claims from these cases. Johnson & Johnson says the settlement doesn't constitute an admission of wrongdoing and says its talc products are safe. The proposed settlement has to be approved by a bankruptcy court. The Biden administration wants to tighten pollution controls on coal-fired power plants. The EPA is proposing a new rule that would reduce mercury and other pollution from the plants by up to 70%. It would also require them to monitor emissions in real time and send that data to the EPA. This proposal would be the strongest update to mercury restrictions since 2012. The EPA estimates it would result in up to $3 billion in public health benefits over 10 years. And NPR is criticizing Twitter for labeling them as state-affiliated media. The label is usually saved for foreign propaganda outlets like Russia's RT and Sputnik. NPR's CEO is calling the move unacceptable and a violation of its own policy. NPR does get some government funding, but the majority comes from corporate sponsors and public broadcasting membership fees. Other outlets similar to NPR, like the BBC, remain unlabeled. All right, time to talk a potential warm-up in the world of weather with our chief meteorologist, Bill Grahl.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Oh, come on.
Be patient. First of all, a quick review in case you missed the evening shows in terms of what happened over the past 24 hours. Again, we had that severe threat yesterday and last night especially. Thankfully, that warm front stayed far enough to the south that the bulk of the severe weather was to our south in terms of larger hail reports. Lots of hail reports in our area, but a lot of these were sub-severe, below an inch in diameter. There were a couple of isolated reports of quarter-size hail, 1 inch in diameter, but again, most of this was just smaller hail. Some pockets of heavy rain with some thunderstorm activity, and you can kind of see the thunderstorm activity by kind of the streaks in the rainfall totals there. If you had a thunderstorm track over your area, you maybe saw a quick quarter to a half an inch of rain. Where the storms were most persistent, highest totals half an inch to an inch plus in our far southern portions of the viewing area over towards Juneau and Adams counties. Elsewhere, in between those thunderstorms, amounts generally a quarter inch or less. And then the windy conditions today, anywhere from almost 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts in Onalaska, Eau Claire, Lake City, Viroqua, here in La Crosse, and out at Volk Field as well. So again, it was a hang on to your hat, your small dogs, your garbage cans, anything else that could be rearranged by those strong winds. All right, currently we are seeing temperatures in the 20s and 30s, but 49 was the high early this morning. Temperatures fell through the day. That's our current temperature, our low of 33. 55 and 34 are the records, just a trace of rain after midnight last night. There's that 33 out at the airport, 32 here at the station. Wind still gusting over 30 miles per hour, making it feel like 22. And the Mississippi continues its rise, 9.20 feet. Forecast forecast to reach about 10 feet this weekend as that snowmelt process continues. 28 in Eau Claire. Look at that gust, almost 40 miles per hour, making it feel like 14 degrees. So temperatures definitely chilly for this time of year, 20s and 30s, but then you factor in those gusty winds from the west, still 20 to 40 miles per hour. That's producing wind chills in the teens and 20s. 11 degrees is what it feels like over in Rochester. So still some lingering clouds as this potent storm system slowly pulls away, and it's this upper low up near Duluth, Minnesota that's really wrapping those westerly winds across the region. Sky tracker showing clouds on the decrease, some sunshine for tomorrow. In fact, plenty of sunshine through the day, but still chilly. Now, a little boundary is going to get hung up across the region, maybe enough to squeeze out some flakes or sprinkles tomorrow night, and then a mix of sun and clouds through the day on Friday, and then same thing Friday night. We could see some isolated showers develop along that boundary Friday night into very early Saturday. Otherwise, still cool tomorrow. Highs in the upper 40s in La Crosse County, lower 50s far south, but most spots seeing highs in the 40s. So that's kind of cool for this time of year, and especially with the breezy conditions, it's going to make it feel even chillier. Speaking of, windy and cold tonight. 20s for lows, wind chills in the teens. Breezy and cool tomorrow, dry 48, those sprinkle and flurry chances tomorrow night. Dry Friday, more seasonable 56, that small chance for a shower Friday night. But look at this warm up, 60s for Easter weekend, maybe a small chance for a shower on Easter Sunday, and then 70s next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In fact, well into the 70s. So, boy, Mother Nature is going to warm us up very nicely for next week.
Absolutely. I feel like I should be in shorts already.
I'm sure a lot of shorts will be seen next week, for sure.
All right, Bill. Thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, sweeping in style. The Brewers' youngest players are having the biggest impact early. Plus, one win from the 1 seed. Bucks rest Giannis on a night they can clinch the Eastern Conference.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. At Mayo Clinic Health System, get personalized specialty care with access to experts from orthopedics to neurosurgery and cardiology to cancer care, all close to home.
Buy 4 pork chops, get 4 free. And get Lay's, just $1.88 at Hy-Vee. That's right, buy 4 pork chops, get 4 free. And get Lay's for just $1.88. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Have you been looking for a checking account that fits your lifestyle? With a checking account from Ultra, enjoy better rates, contactless debit cards, and online and mobile banking that makes your account as on the go as you are. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, no surprises. Banking that's simple, convenient, and there for you. But don't just take our word for it. Here's what our members say. Take the next step and open your checking account online today. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Jolivet Family Farms features one of the area's largest selections of frozen seafood, including lobster tail, shrimp, scallops, North Atlantic cod loins, calamari, clams, clam strips, crawfish tails, salmon, catfish nuggets, alligator, frog legs, and seafood medley. Pick up some appetizers, French fries, onion rings, cheese curds, mac and cheese bites, and sweet potato fries. Jolivet's also has fresh produce and a homemade bakery with bread, cookies, bars, pies. Don't forget the beer or wine. All at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You put it all on the line. You do it all. So you bring Ubrelvy. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie can help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Buy 4 pork chops, get 4 free. And get Lay's, just $1.88 at Hy-Vee. That's right, buy 4 pork chops, get 4 free. And get Lay's for just $1.88. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Okay, tonight, besides for opening day, the Brewers have had about as perfect start to the season as you could ask. 2 solid wins in Wrigley and then won by a combined 19 runs in the first 2 games against the Mets. The Brewers, they were going for the sweep earlier this afternoon. We'll pick it up in the 2nd inning, tied at 1, and the rookies continued to deliver. Joey Wiemer with 2 on. He's going to hit his first home run in the big leagues, and what a spot for it. Brewers take a 4-1 lead. Corbin Burnes on the mound today, and he struggled a little bit up against Pete Alonso, and that's not what you want to see. Alonso takes him deep for a 2-run shot, This game is tied. Next inning, Alonso up again with a man on, and for the second time in as many innings, he takes Burns' yard. Mets take a 6-4 lead, a real rough outing for Corbin Burns, but the offense was cooking. 2 on for Jesse Winker. He gets a hold of one, finds the gap in right center field. Luke Voigt, Christian Yelich will score. We're even at 6. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Garrett Mitchell puts this game to bed. The rookie had 2 home runs in last night's win, and today he comes through with a walk-off home run, and these rookies are on fire. The Brewers are 4-0 since Bryce Terang, Garrett Mitchell, and Joey Wiemer have entered the starting lineup, and time again they come up big. 7-6 the final. After the game, Bally Sports caught up with Mitchell, and he said the credit goes to his wife.
When my wife doesn't show up to the games, usually something good happens. So going into that battle, I was like, man, well, she's not here, so might as well do something fun.
Now, Haley was a good sport about it, having some fun on social media after the game. Haley plays professional softball in the USSSA Fast Pitch Softball League, so between her and Garrett, they know how to hit a ball. Twins lost just their first game of the year last night, looking to bounce back this afternoon. First inning, Pablo Lopez on the mound for Minnesota, but Jorge Soler is going to take this pitch for a ride. A solo home run over the left field wall. It's 1-0 Miami. Twins offense was lacking a little bit, but here in the 7th, Trevor Larnach comes through. A single into left field. Ryan Jeffers comes in to score from second. We're all tied at 1. Pablo Lopez started the game up against his former team, and besides for that 1 homer in the first, he was dealing. 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, and just 3 hits. But as soon as he came out of the game, disaster struck. Already 1 run across and 2 on for Soler, and he's going to hit this one so gone. A 3-run home run for the Marlins makes it 4 in the 8th inning, and that was the difference maker. 5-2 the final. Twins dropped to 4-2 on the season. Next up for them, 3 games at home against the Houston Astros starting Friday. Now with a win tonight, the Bucks can clinch the best record in the NBA. That would give them plenty of time to rest and get ready for the playoffs. Only problem is Giannis taking the night off, and Chris Middleton would leave the game with knee soreness. But Milwaukee had that next man up mentality. Bobby Portis in the corners for 3. That's good. He has the fans on their feet. Bucks take a 5-point lead. Now in the 4th, Holiday driving, passing, and finds Portis again in the corner. He was feeling it. Giannis loving it. Portis finished with 27. 3.5 to go. Holiday gets some space, knocks it down. Bucks close it out 105-92, and they clinch the top overall seed for the NBA. And this team, they're ready for the playoffs. All right, and nothing says springtime like the start of the Masters. All of the top golfers will take over Augusta, Georgia tomorrow as day 1 of the Masters gets underway. All eyes are on Tiger Woods as the 15-time major champion is going for his 6th Masters win. Now, is it likely? Not really, but nobody thought he could do it in 2019, and he still did. So maybe there's some magic in the air. We'll see what happens over the next 4 days. And here in lacrosse at Central High School, we had a couple of local athletes put pen on paper to play at the college level. Boston Brindley staying right here playing football at UWL, and Omario Kraus-Nerudin will be going up to Eau Claire to play for the Blue Golds. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made from scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or sweet cinnamon roll. Pick any 2, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I love helping people get into a new home, whether it's a first home, moving to the area, or a forever home. I'm here to help from start to finish.
They actually worked with us with our existing home and selling that and getting us into a retirement home. They've given us all different options, what to go with and what is the best for us financially.
And they're so wonderful for working with us and figuring out what we needed to do and how fast we could do it.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, drugged driving deaths in Wisconsin have increased nearly 200% over the past 10 years. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
There are too many options.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not, I got you. Who are you? I'm your fairy hotel mother.
What is happening?
Let me help you pick a hotel you feel good about. Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos.
Ooh, spacious.
Or a Cambria Hotel downtown for just the two of you. Hold my wand, don't wave it at anything. Get the best price by booking direct at choicehotels.com.
Yeah!
What did I say?
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes. Those with a special kind of courage or ability. Those saving the day, one person at a time. The Board Store Home Improvements and News 8 Now want to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My Rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A moment 52 years in the making brought lifelong Sun Prairie residents together this afternoon. The Historical Museum of Sun Prairie opened a time capsule from 1971 found in the walls of the former Sun Prairie Junior High School. 96-year-old Ollie Burge helped unbox the capsule, bringing back memories of his time as the district superintendent. Some of the items include newspapers from the Cap Times and State Journal, a school budget, and guidebooks for the town. And from an era a couple of decades later, a piece of pop culture is hitting the auction block. John Travolta's iconic suit from Saturday Night Fever is up for auction. The classic 70s movie helped popularize disco music around the world. Travolta got a Best Actor Oscar nomination for his role. The three-piece suit expected to fetch up to $200,000. This is part of a Hollywood sale organized by Julien's Auctions and Turner Classic Movies. Bidding ends later this month. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Jerry here, and welcome to Stockman's in Osseo, Wisconsin, where we have so much more in our 60,000 square foot store. Boots, men's, women's, and children's clothing, grocery, fresh produce, health and beauty, pet supplies, toys, automotive, farm supply, beer, wine, and liquor, hardware, sporting goods, paint, plumbing and electrical, and so much more. Come take the Stockman's tour, and I'll be looking for you.
The Island is going next level. Introducing the all-new High Limit area at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Renovated and ready just for you. All your favorite slots and table games. Now with enhanced benefits, exclusive bonuses, and life-changing jackpots. Play with your Island Passport Club card and watch your winnings go next level. Elevate your game at the all-new High Limit area at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Gradually decreasing clouds overnight, so we should enjoy that full bright moonlight later tonight. Cold though, lows in the 20s, those winds making it feel like the teens. Breezy and still cool tomorrow, 48, back in the seasonable levels on Friday in the 50s. 60s by the weekend, small chance for shower for the Easter Bunny, but look at those temperatures next week, upper 60s to near 70 on Monday, and then well into the 70s the rest of the week. Wow.
I think that's great for the sports department. There will be no cancellations.
Get some games in, finally.
Exactly right.
Bill, thanks so much, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.